Hey YouTube, what's up? Today is Magic the Gathering day, and we're going to play more Brawl because I'm kind of on a bit of a Brawl kick. I hit Mythic for Standard, so it's only halfway through the month. I usually do it towards the end of the month because I'm slower, but this time I hit Mythic halfway through the month, so now I have time to do other things on Arena that I have a lot more fun doing, like Brawl for as long as I wanna, and I can play historic tournaments. So there might be some historic videos coming out, but for now we're just gonna do a little bit of Brawl, and today we're gonna be playing Niv-Mizzet Parun in Brawl. So first we'll take a quick look at the list, and then after that we'll play some games. So let's get to it.
Hey there, it's Grixis, doing all kinds of things. Hey there, it's Grixis School, playing all kinds of games. Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, come on down for all kinds of wild things.
Alright, so this is Niv-Mizzet Brawl. Let's take a look at what Niv does. I just removed Niv. Let's add Niv and then look at what Niv does. So basically Niv is a 5/5 for 6, and it cannot be countered. It has flying. Whenever you draw a card, Niv-Mizzet deals 1 damage to something. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, you draw a card. So you cast something, you draw something, you ping something. You draw for your turn, you ping something, etc., etc., etc. The deck it's got draw spells like Opt and Anticipate. Radical Idea, I think there is the 4-cost one is Chemist's Insight, yeah. And then we got some counter spells in here. We have Negate, Tail's End, which I just love for Brawl. We have Convolute, Didn't Say Please, the list goes on. Counter spells, right? And then we have some removal, like Kasmina's Transmutation. There's a Frogify in there. We've got Lava Coil, a couple Mana Rocks, the Locket, the Signet, Firemind's Vessel, which of course is very flavorful because Niv-Mizzet is the Firemind. And then we have some win conditions. You know, you've got Torbrand, you pair that with Niv-Mizzet, you're dealing 3 damage every time his ability triggers. Ral is a Viceroy, Chandra, Ugin, Agent of Treachery, Kiora beats the Sea God. These are the kind of win conditions we're looking at. And of course we can get Niv-Mizzet as a win condition with the Magic Mirror, especially if you're pairing Torbrand, Niv, and Magic Mirror. I do have a Leyline of Anticipation in there. It is super sweet when you get an opening hand, but even, you know, if you're playing it on turn 3 or 4, it's still pretty good. Electrodominance, Explosion, Expansion. So that's the deck. That's really all there is to it. So let's get into a game or something, right? In my last couple videos I was pretty sick, but I am no longer sick. I now have my energy back, and I'm a human again. So, as a human, we're going to play some Brawl. We are against Uro, the big Titan dude who enters the battlefield, draw a card, play a land for free, and gain 3 life. That happens when he attacks or enters the battlefield, and of course has Escape. So they're probably going to look to dump it in the graveyard pretty early on. So we've got 3 lands, a fetch, and then 2 lands with each of our colors. Witching Well, Agent of Treachery, Magic Mirror, and Electrodominance. It's a pretty expensive hand on the right side there, but we've got good mana, and we have Witching Well to find us some early game spells, so I think we're going to keep this one. The play here is Command Tower Wishing Well, just as soon as we get our turn. I always want water after I start, and now I gotta do a whole game with no water. Okay, 2 lands up top. We have 3 lands in our hand, 1 in play. So we're just going to scribe both the lands to the bottom because we are looking for stuff to do, right? And we've drawn another land. So let's play the Guild Gate, pass the turn. What's nice about this deck is we don't need to be doing things super early on. It is nice to have that interaction, those pieces of removal and all that jazz. But if we don't get it, it's okay. We will go for the island here, pretend like we have a 3-mana counterspell. We've drawn Chandra, so our lowest costing spell is technically Electrodominance, but we don't want to really do that. But what we can do next turn is play a land and then crack the Witching Well, obviously during their turn. So we'll just play this island, and then we can crack Witching Well when it is the end of their turn. Hopefully then we draw some stuff, because we've drawn yet another land. They're going to scry, that's fine. I wonder if they've got like some sort of control shenanigans going on. They're like, I don't know, what's this? Flash Reach, non-human enters the battlefield, and your control pay X. Put X +1/+1 counters on this thing. And they've done that on the end of our turn, so now they are free to attack. Or we can Electro Dominance and just kill it, but then we don't get the free spell that Electro Dominance provides. Incubation Druid, that's... okay. Now, I forget if I put Storm Wrath in this deck. I really hope I did. Ow. No, take that too. Unfortunate. So let's activate some Witching Well. Hopefully draw 2 cards. Pleep, plop. So we have a counterspell, and Kiora beats the Sea God. So what we want to do here, I think, is Fable Passage and fetch a mountain. We're a little lacking on the red. I don't want them to adapt the Incubation Druid, so what we're going to do is Lava Coil the Druid, and then we have Convolute if they play something we don't like. Well, they've got a counterspell. Okay, so here's the plan. We are going to counter the counter, because I really want that Druid gone, because if they, what's the word? If they adapt it, it'll be too big for Chandra to clear. So what I'm hoping they do here is play something small so I can clear with Chandra, and then it's up to them to decide what to do. Although I have a 6 land that comes in tapped, so a little awkward. So we're gonna hope for a basic land here, because it's the time. Oh wow, that's a 5/5. Jeepers creepers. There we have it, untapped land. Pretty good, pretty good. So I think the play here is land Niv-Mizzet. I hate this Kraken. It has killed me so many times in draft and sealed and all that, so I'm just like super over the Kraken. Let's see what their play is. Mass Manipulation, gain control of Niv-Mizzet. Wow. Storm's Wrath can no longer help me. Here's what we can do though. We can slam this mountain, play Kiora beats the Sea God. Though I'm getting the feeling it's too little too late. Wow, Niv-Mizzet was really a blessing and a half for them, wasn't it? The Great Henge. It's all very unfortunate. Oh boy. Yeah, they get that draw, the land dropped. They drew a card, so now Niv-Mizzet deals damage to me. Terrifying. Oh boy, they're all good to come in for only 5. Okay, only 5. So now I get to tap down everything they control, which is sweet. And now we're going to play Agent of Treachery to take back the Niv-Mizzet that they have stolen. And then play Swiftwater Cliffs to gain a life back. There will be... Oh, I can attack because their stuff doesn't untap. So let's just get in for 8. This is a really tight spot, but, you know, we're going to do our best. On the next turn, we get to gain control of a permanent that they control. I don't know what permanent I'm going to gain control of. Maybe Great Henge. That seems good. Cast a creature, or tap it for double green, gain 2 life. I do need the life right now. Okay, so we draw a card. We're going to deal 1 damage to the Wildborn Preserver. Now we gain control of something. It's going to be the Great Henge for the mana and the life. There is 1 damage on... Okay, so the plan here is Electro Dominance, where X is 6. We are going to deal 6 damage to the Kraken. Draw a card. The card draw will deal 1 damage to the Wildborn Preserver. Now we can play something that costs 6 or less for free because of Electro Dominance. We will play Chandra, minus, not X, that was a mistake, minus 3, deal 3 damage to all non-elemental creatures, wiping all of their threats. And we will play a tapped Steam Fence. And then we will just come in for 13. Our life is so low. They probably don't have haste in those colors, though. Let's be realsies. So with a couple techie maneuvers, we have managed to clear their board. Not everything is as hopeless as it seems sometimes. So they've got a big old Hydra. See, if we played the untapped Steam Vents, we could have interventioned. But everyone at home was like, no, play a tapped, it's fine. So I blame you. Ouch, gonna fight Niv. Niv is going to die. We'll put Niv in the command zone, of course. And now it is our turn. So we will plus the Chandra. Play an Izzet Locket. And our turn is over. But check this out, right? We can... How much mana do we have? It's so hard to count. We have 12 mana, so we can expansion them for 8. Oh, they gain 3 life here. Let's resolve that. Ugh. Draw a card, gain 3 life. Oh, I see. It didn't escape. It's just a 6/6. They just played that as a 6/6. I should have noticed that based on how much mana they tapped. But my TV is really dark. I should really just... Honestly, I should just be looking at Streamlabs even though it's so small. My TV is so dark. Okay, now they're escaping it. So I think the play here is... Thassa's Intervention. And they have 2 mana available, so we will make X2. So that is countered unless they pay 4. Unless they just have a counterspell, which is fine. If they counter the Thassa's Intervention, I think we're in a really, really good spot. No, it's okay. Pelt Collector, yes. So we have to block this, otherwise we just die. Okay, our turn. Ugh, Sinister Sabotage, not so hot. So, frig. Okay, let's plus the Chandra. And then expansion for 9. On the Hydra. And I will draw 9 cards. Do I not have the mana for that? I don't. Okay, new plan. Niv-Mizzet. Dealing 1 damage because I drew a card off Great Henge. Kill Pelt Collector. End the turn. Now they take 2 damage off of Chandra, Awakened Inferno. We've got a Tail's End here. That's nice. If they go for the Euro again, they can't because he's in the graveyard. So they're obviously going to come in for 8, where at me. Now I can afford to go down to 2 life. And I think that's how I'm going to win, is by going down to 2 life. No blocks. Our turn. We got our turn. We got our turn back. Steal 1 damage there. Now, we can definitely expansion for... Let's attack. How's that? We'll attack them down to 4. Right? And then expansion them for the exact amount of damage. So 4 damage to them, draw 4 cards to us. Niv-Mizzet triggers, we draw a card. Frilled Mystic. Okay, so we are going to let Frilled Mystic resolve. Frilled Mystic's ability triggers, and we Tails End the trigger. So we draw another card. So if we can, even if we put enough instants and sorceries on the stack, they lose no matter what happens here. There it is. Okay. Basically, they were at 4 life. I had 2 draw triggers, thus 2 more 1 damage triggers, and then the Chandra emblems would finish it off at the start of their turn. Is exactly how that would have worked. So that was that. Niv-Mizzet. Let's get into one more, shall we? Well, let's look at this card reward. Ooh, it's a Bacon Bolt. We cracked Bacon Bolt. Now let's get into the next game. Just waiting here to get paired up with our opponent. I wonder what we'll battle next with Niv-Mizzet, Niv-Mizzet, zoop doop 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 doop. How's your day going? Are you having a nice one? A nice day? A day that's nice? Mine's alright. I slept. I took a nap. And I took a nap. Now I'm going to go to work in like an hour and a half-ish. That sounds about right. Okay, here we go. 3 lands, all islands. Witching Well, Tails End, and Narset. And then Chandra. This is keepable. This is awesome. We're up against Golos. So that's fun. Rise the Redeemed. That is not fun. So let's go island, Witching Well. Ral up top. We'll take the Frogify and then the Ral. For each creature token you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That's horrifying. Ew. We are going to Frogify the Rise. Rise? Reese? Ruse? Riz? Rizzly Dizzly? It's a 1/1 with no abilities now. Yep. That's lame. Play an additional land every turn. Your land's tapped for any color. Well, we'll play a tapped Steam Vents. God Eternal Kefnet. Dies just put into the graveyard from the battlefield. We're going to counter Kefnet with Tails End because otherwise you just don't get rid of Kefnet. No, I know it's my go. I hate when people spam my go. Although he used it once, but if he used it once in that instance, they will surely use it again if I take too long. I'm not sure Narset was the correct play. Sacking Wishing Well may have been better. There's a second red source. Let's take that. Banishing Light on Narset? They have the power on board to have just killed the Narset. Now they don't have a Banishing Light. Okay. Okay, so we have successfully drawn a land and a locket. So next turn we can just play Niv-Mizzet. It seems fine to me. Ooh, but there's Golos. I don't like Golos at all. At least they don't have the mana. Well, if they play one land next turn, they get the mana to activate Golos. But at the same time, I don't have the mana to clear Golos, so there's that. If I draw a land, I can clear Golos. Boom, not a land. So I can do this for 4 and kill this. That doesn't help. Can't play Niv because he requires 3 red and 3 blue. We are going to end the turn. Hope they didn't get that land. Now the new plan is Electro Dominance the 2/4, playing Firemind's Vessel for free, and then untap with a lot of mana and see where we want to go from there. 1 in the graveyard, so Ral is not especially potent right now. Electro Dominance will put 2 in the graveyard, making him still not incredible. Oh boy. Kaya. If they -1 on the Wishing Well, then I think maybe we activate it. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't think that's better than our current plan. I'm not going to. I will let them, that's fine. They can exile it. Now I assume in come the attacks. Yeah. So what we want to do is Electro Dominance this. And play Firemind Vessel for free. Ouch, we are at a lower life total than I thought we were. Gross. Niv-Mizzet. That's the play to make. Now we've got a sweet blocker. If they still haven't found a land for Golos, they're in a bit of trouble. D-Spark. Well, we draw a card off that. We can shoot that. And then, because we just drew expansion, we can expand the D-Spark. Exiling their Golos. Oh, that feels good. Hey! And then we will put Niv-Mizzet in the command zone, naturally. So they've really taken a hit there. I think that was very nice. Very well done on our half. Boo! Kaya's gotta go. What an irritant. And they play a Mana Rock. Okie dokie. We're probably going to take 2 here from this Leyline Prowler. Ah, quadruplicate. Interesting. So what we want to do is play Chandra and clear their creature situation. Zoop. And now they don't have their mana dorks, which is super great. Because they are down to 7 lands. They can recast Golos. And if they do that, they have done that, we will Transmutation. Turn it into a 1/1. And then I guess Chandra it? No, that's terrible. Oh boy. Field of the Dead. Getting scary quickly. Okay. We'll transmutation the Golos. Now what I'm awfully tempted to do is -3 here. But I think Niv is better. I don't have the mana for Niv because I played transmutation. Think, Matthew. Think. We will play Ral. More planeswalkers equals less chance of them attacking us. Oh, Torbran. We'll take Torbran, I guess. No, we're at 8 life. We need to be cautious and clear their board. Why do I keep selecting the big ability? It's -3. I want a -3. But now our graveyard's full of spice. Ugh, this Golos is always castable if they draw a land. And Golos plus Field of the Dead? That's really good stuff. Fabled Passage plus Field of the Dead? That's really good stuff. Yeah, shoot. Yeah. Oh, okay. Ral is not turned off by exile. So that's nice. So I think what we want to do is plus the Ral. We just want to plus him. We need to get in there. Oh my god. Cryptic Caves. And then I think we play Niv here. Torbran is tempting, but I think we play Niv here. Hope they lack sufficient removal. What do they get? Oh wow, Ashiok and 2 lands off their Golos. That is really unfortunate for them. But it's okay, I have a plan. I have a plan, and it involves Torbran and Radical Idea and dealing a lot of damage with Niv-Mizzet. A lot of damage. I don't think I have lethal, but shoot. Yeah, we just need to survive this turn. Deal 1 damage to something, it will be them. Because we are starting a plan here, and they need to take as much damage as possible. So they get another Golos trigger, they find another land, get another zombie token. There's no haste here, remember folks. So we can go down to 1 life. They want me to block this so they can recast it, and we are going to give them that for the sake of going down to 2 instead of 1. So we need to deal 19 damage so we need to draw a lot of cards. Okay, well, we draw one. Boom. Cryptic Caves. Play the Torbran. Ow. Oh, my leg is so numb. Giving us the mana. So we will Thrill of Possibility. Discard Magic Mirror. That is fine. Draw a card. Deal 3 damage. Thrill of Possibility draws us 2 cards. We deal 3 damage 2 more times. And then we cast Radical Idea, which lets us draw a card and deal 3 more damage from Niv-Mizzet. And then Radical Idea resolves, we draw a card, we deal 3 more damage, and then we just play Radical Idea from the graveyard. They said good game. Let's say it back. So we will discard Agent of Treachery. And we, because we cast an instant sorcery, we draw 3 cards. Draw a card, deal 3 damage. And that is, I mentioned it earlier when I just mentioned what's in the deck. Torbran plus Niv-Mizzet is insane. We just brought someone from 19 to 0 on those 2 cards and some cantrips. So early game, those cantrips are super sweet. They fill your hand and sort of get you on the right path. And then later in the game, those cantrips can potentially win the game. So that's how that works. Thank you so much for joining me on today's edition of Brawl. And thank you for it every time you join me. So y'all have a good day. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the same name, Grixaschool15. I stream on Twitch very rarely, but maybe more in the future. Yeah, so thank you so much, and have a great day. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.